already couldn't get the mic. That's a bad start. So the reason you haven't heard of me is because this is actually my first time doing this. That will not be the applause at the end, so thank you so much. No, I would also like to thank the bachelor party as well for being here as a minority, for making this crowd less white. I really appreciate that. As a person in Salem, I often feel like I'm at the auction party in the Get Out movie, where it makes me feel really uncomfortable, you know. Because people always ask me questions about being Mexican, and I don't really have a lot of answers to them, you know. I'm kind of one of those fake Mexicans. I'm definitely 100% Mexican, but I don't really know my culture very well, which is pretty sad. And it kind of sucks because Mexicans also hate you for that shit as much as white people do. Like, white people will be like, you don't know your culture, like, oh, you don't know this recipe, I just went to Oaxaca and helped build a fucking orphanage for these, like, 5-year-old kids, why don't you know this random-ass recipe? And then the Mexicans also get mad at me for that exact same shit, and I don't know, I grew up in a country club, I'm a piece of shit. I don't know any of that stuff. I have really bad anxiety. It's not really about performing as much. I did theater in college. I'm actually going to grad school for acting in the fall in Los Angeles, so that's pretty cool. But oh, thank you. Thank you for applauding my unemployment for 15 years. Yeah, so I think a lot of my anxiety comes from the fact that I smoked a lot of weed in high school, and to anyone that around that smokes weed, anybody smoke weed? Yeah. I know everyone that smokes weed always has that friend group that's the guy that's not chill. Yeah, that's me. I'm the not chill guy that's not fun to be around when everyone is smoking weed. I'm definitely the guy that, you know, everyone's trying to have a good time, mellow out, and I think every sound is something trying to kill or arrest us. You would just be at a restaurant, you know, hanging out, eating, and I would just see one specific person looking at me and just immediately think, like, hey, dude, they know. I think we gotta get out of here. Like, I really think they know. Like, dude, they probably know my parents. And if they know my parents, and that means my parents are gonna know, and I'm gonna come home. And then I would just be like that for the rest of the night, and I'll be fun to be around. It was really awesome. You know, I'd spend a lot of time on my phone, you know, just hanging out. But you know, I always ask my parents because I went to college, and then once that happened, my parents, I guess, just assumed that I would like smoke weed, but they never knew that I did it in high school. And I asked why, because all the signs were there for them to think that that's what I was doing. Like, I don't know what parent thinks it's normal for a kid and 5 of his friends to come home at 11 p.m. and just raid the pantry, like, while they're watching a movie, without speaking a word. Like, it's just a pack of fucking chimpanzees just, like, hoarding food while they're, like, watching Pride and Prejudice on Stars at 11 p.m. I don't know how they never had it figured out. It was almost embarrassing to me. It made me think that I'm, like, too good of a criminal. Like, I can really just get away with a lot of shit because they were really surprised. They're like, wow, you smoked weed in high school and all that shit. And I was like, you guys are bad parents. Like, you guys are just terrible. Like, I've smoked weed, and now I think if I were to have a kid, I would easily be able to tell. But yeah, shit, what was I gonna say next? Oh, yeah. So I just graduated from college in Monday. Fuck. From the University of Oregon. Go Ducks. Yeah. And it was difficult telling people that I know at school that I was going to grad school for acting because, you know, it's basically just admitting that I'm going to continue living like I'm in college for 10 years. And because I just know that I'm going to run into people in about, 8 or 9 years, and they're going to be, more established. They're going to have nice clothes. They're going to be working fancy tech jobs in big cities, and they're going to not know, of course, what I'm up to and ask, like, what are you doing, Chris? Like, what are you up to? How's whatever you're doing? And I'm going to be like, well, there's a lot of, like, politics and competition at the workplace and kind of a toxic culture, but I really think this job at Little Caesars is a lot better than the job I had at Papa Murphy's. So I think things are looking up. And, yeah, that's all I got. So thank you so much.